So you guys, welcome back to another video. But this video right here, I had to share my reaction about what this black woman is getting ready to say. I totally 100, 1000, 1 zillion, billion, quadrillion percent agree with her. And I say all that to say because everything that she's going to say in this video, it sums up how I feel about this election, how I've been feeling in regards to the election. I want to see our country go in a direction that is better for everybody, not just one group of people. Well, one group of people promising another group of people that they're going to do certain things that never get done. I want to see somebody in office that actually take action, that actually do what needs to be done in situations. And like I said, granted, sometimes it takes a person that doesn't look the part or that probably most people wouldn't agree with being picked or chosen for a certain position. But God uses the foolish things to confound the wise. The Bible tells us that. But let's just jump right into this video. No shade to anybody, and leave your opinion in the comments what you feel. What side are you leaning more towards and why. This is not a video where we're going to be judging people, arguing with people, trying to convince or coerce anyone's decision into anything, but I'm just bringing facts, simple, and what I'm feeling in my spirit, because I have been praying. And I asked the Lord to sharpen my discernment and help me, walk me through certain things. And just to say this too, the Lord also told me it doesn't matter who's going to be in office. He's still going to be God. He's still going to provide. He's the one that's going to make a way. But God is not saying that it doesn't matter as far as the fact like he doesn't care, because God cared who the kings were back in the day, back in the Bible days. He also cared who the kings are in these days and these times as well. Yeah, and or queens as well. So
Democratic Party, they promote black women. But particularly if she's a lesbian, yes. They promote black women who are not even qualified. We have seen with the diversity, equity, and inclusion, which is really racism, which is really saying, well, black people just, darn it, they're not smart enough, so we have to give them handouts. And you're pushing black women who are not qualified. Dr. Claudine Gay of Harvard. Now the head of diversity at Harvard is also accused, if I have it correctly, of plagiarism.
Well, I want to give y'all just a little backstory on what she's talking about here. She's basically talking about the Democrats. She's saying that the Democrats supports only a certain type of black person. Like they would never give us certain quality as far as what we would like to see, the people, what we really need. I'll say they'll give us what we like to see in office, but they don't want to give us what we actually need in office, as far as when they put before us people that supposed to represent us because they look like us. They don't give us quality. They just show us something because it is matching this. And we are so excited to have overcame so much, because we've been through so much and still going through certain things. We are willing to support them, and the enemy knows that. The government knows that, y'all. So it's like you gotta not play checkers. You have to play chess. And the government will play chess. They're playing chess with us for real. If you look at the media, the news, everything, they're playing chess. So I love to hear people like this talk, because it's like it give you a chance to think outside of the box, because you cannot go off of what you see in front of you, because even as a believer, you walk by faith and not by sight, because your eyes can deceive you.
And we'll get to Fannie Willis, who was elected as a DA in Fulton County, Georgia, primarily because she's black, in my opinion. And we've seen case after case. But the black man, where is he? That's done deliberately. And it started really in the 60s, where the Democrats pushed policy right, that said to women, particularly black women, you don't need a man in the home. We'll give you more money if you're single. And I grew up in the 70s and I saw the effects. I saw it in the 80s, the broken home. Now it's more dysfunctional.
See, she talking about the system, like the welfare system, the government, how it's set up. Isn't it funny how the government will give us as women, when we're single, they will try to step in and help us with every single thing. But if they know that you have a man living with you, honey, they're not helping you with next to nothing, because now they're going to start going after the man. You know, they want, if they know that it's a man around, they want to start taking him to court, start doing all these different things to the men, not just black men, but men period. But mainly she's speaking from you know, a minority standpoint, African American women and men, and Hispanics, and you know, minorities period. You know, this is what the government have done way back, like she said, in the 60s, the 70s, and things like that, you know. So the government's been playing chess, y'all.
Home where you have some women with 8 children by 5 different fathers. They don't know who their fathers are, in and out. It has almost destroyed the black community. But they're doing it in a different way now. They're promoting black women and want black men to be down here.
Yo.
And I think black men sense that. And they know that Trump relates to them. They relate to Trump very well. The evil Barack Obama.
Barack Obama is a foot soldier.
Oh yeah, for the globalists. Elite. Oh, absolutely. Barack Obama was a...
Listen to what she says about our former president, Mr. Barack Obama. And I voted for Barack. You know, like I said, it's that skin tone, just to see somebody up in there looking like us, looking like me, looking like my son, looking like my father, looking like my brothers, you know, somebody that you feel like will understand you, somebody you feel like you can relate to, right? And somebody that will, because they understand you and because they relate to you, they will do things, or you know, kind of try to make things easier for you, or do things to accommodate you better, because they know where you come from. They know how it is to experience life on this side of the fence. And I'm not saying that it's all bad and that we, you know, it's just like back in the day when we just didn't have opportunities and, you know, certain, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, if you come from the trenches, if you come from the hood, and if you come from nothing, and you know, your family work hard for every single thing that they have, even if you came from a nice background and you was a minority, because a lot of us came from nice backgrounds, families took care of us, you know, and stuff like that. We would spoil you growing up and things like that. So we really didn't feel what the economy was going through, but our parents did, our grandparents did, our great grandparents, and so forth and so forth. They felt, you know, the hit of what was going on in those times where they had all this stuff happening. And to see somebody as Barack come into office as our fellow brother or whatever like that, and to see him not do next to nothing, y'all, for us in particularly. The only thing he focused on was the LGBTQ community and all this, anything that was anti-Christ. It seemed like that's what the Democrats are just so big on pushing. And I'm just really starting to notice this. It's really sick. It's weird. And it's like, what is your what is y'all whole thing? What is y'all motive? Why are y'all so obsessed? Like, what is going on? That is very demonic. And so check out what this lady had to say about how Barack Obama, black man, you know what I'm saying, in the White House, and he gets in here. He's from Chicago, y'all. Do you know what goes on in Chicago? Let's just listen to this.
Yes.
And now they want to put Michelle.
Barack Obama was a plant. He did nothing for the black community.
Nobody even knows who he is.
Did he ever come back to Chicago with as much crime to talk to young black men? He doesn't give a damn.
He doesn't.
Barack Obama is a curse on this nation. So is Joe Biden.
I think it's the black.
We provide the money for his Marxist socialist programs, pushing abortion in Africa and other things. He didn't care about us.
No.
He didn't care.
Nope.
That gave rise to Trump, because Trump actually listened to us. He actually cares.
Say what y'all want to say about Mr. Donald Trump, honey. That man be in the trenches, okay, and he gets close to the people. Like, that's why people, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, when I did not understand this man, I was misunderstanding him in the beginning. I'm like, oh, he doesn't act like a president. He's always on Twitter. He's arguing with people. He's reading people. You know, he's saying like he's doing too much. He should be focused on other things. You know, and I saw him release black men from jail. I saw him, you know, even when the pandemic and everything like that broke out, how he tried to take care of the people that he knew was out of work, people that he knew was going through a rough time. He didn't let people get evicted. You know, he stopped people from coming over in the country. And when I was seeing it on the news, and not on the news because I don't watch the news, but when I was seeing it on social media made it look like Donald Trump was like racist because he was like stopping the Mexicans and Spanish or Puerto Rican brothers and sisters. He didn't want them coming over here. That's what it seemed like when I was watching it on social media. But when I actually got a chance to see what his whole thing was, what his whole motive was, why he was stopping people at the border, why he shut it down the way he did, and there was kids out there, people crying, and kids got separated from their parents. He did it so harshly and so abrupt is because he wanted to make a statement. He don't want people to think that it's okay to come in this country. They receive all of our benefits, and this country is very blessed, and it has been for decades. God has really favored us. But Donald Trump see that other presidents have opened the borders and let foreigners come over here and do whatever and get mad money and just give them all of these things that should be for people that is right here in this country that is going through problems. Single mothers that are already struggling, you know, single fathers that are struggling, you know, criminals, records, all kinds of things like that. They need assistance here in this country, people that have been born and raised here. And it's like you will bring people from another place and then you're not even bringing them legally. That's his whole thing, which I grew to understand as I listened to him for myself talk and how he explained how he want to do things. I had to listen for myself because I kept seeing clips and I kept going by them clips. Them clips is very deceiving. Long story short, I say all that to say this man is talking right. If you listen to what he's saying, he's talking right. I like the fact that he's open, honest, he's blunt. He speaks the truth. And a lot of people don't like the truth. They want you to sugarcoat things. They want you to skip around the truth and jump around it, dance around it. And one thing I like, he's a straight shooter. He says what it is. And it is what it is. You know, some of us be knowing the truth, but when it comes out of a person's mouth that is not black, we think it's racist. No, we talk a certain way when we're around our family. We say certain things. We have certain conversations as well. And sometimes if people was to hear certain things that come out of our mouths, I'm quite sure they would think we're racist. But quite honestly, a lot of us aren't, but we're speaking facts. So that's what I don't like about some people. It's like everything you say and everything, you know, if you state in facts you're racist or you a sexist or you hate gay people, that is not true. That is not true. The devil is a liar. Nobody is hating anyone. We're showing the love of God to each and every person, no matter what gender, what race, what sex. Me personally, I'm going off of what the Bible expects from me. Do I like everybody sometimes? No. Do people get on my nerves sometimes? Absolutely. But am I going to forgive them? Yes. Am I going to treat them mean and be all rude and nasty to them? No, and hopefully not. Being really honest. But in Jesus' name, I've learned to just show the love of God to people in spite of. You know, every day I'm not perfect, but like I said, I learned overall to show the love of God. But I want to get back into this because this woman is speaking facts about Obama. Listen, he's a black man. I still love the Obamas, but I'm gonna tell you something. It's just stuff is just really fishy to me, and it's just starting. The stench is just coming out. Okay, it's not just a little stench. Like it's stinking up the place, like for real. And you gotta find out where's the smell coming from. Because we can't keep on looking at Republicans or white people or this group of people blaming them. Something's going on. And I'm starting to see exactly what it is.
Many of us, I mean, it was bad. At least Bill Clinton BS that said, I feel your pain. But at least he said it. Barack Obama didn't give a damn. He should have never been elected. Before he was elected in 2000, he got elected in 2008. My mother sent, may God rest her soul, letters to black churches warning them about Barack Obama, saying he was so ungodly. I said, Mom, that's harsh. She wrote it anyway. And everything my mother said, may God rest her soul, was right.
And remember back like in the biblical days, Paul used to write a lot of letters to the churches. And this woman just said her mom is a woman of God. God showed her something, or God revealed something to her about Barack Obama. See, sometimes a lot of us, we have blinders on our eyes. And like I said, those blinders are about culture, which is a cult, okay? It's nothing wrong with being supportive of our brothers and sisters, wanting to see each other win, because like I said, we've been through a lot. We have literally had some trying times. We got treated wrong, you know, and still to this day, there's a lot going on behind us, you know. I get all of that, you know. I get the struggle, been there, you know, and I'm still, you know, day to day trying to survive and do what I gotta do. But at the end of the day, in Jesus' name, I'm gonna tell you, when you become a child of God, it's like your eyes become open to the truth. Because for years, I was sitting under this notion Democrats have my best interests at heart because I'm a minority, because of my skin, because I'm black, and I'm African American, shall I say. And because of that reason, I always just went with the flow. Like whatever they doing, I'm on it. Whatever they on, I'm on, you know. But see, now that I'm getting older, and it's sad that it took this long, I'm not gonna lie, because a lot of things I just didn't care about. That's why I'm trying to bring awareness to some of you all, because I know it's a lot of people that's just like me. You really don't care about politics. You really don't care about all of this stuff. You just vote for whoever your family votes for. You go with the majority of what you see on the internet. You go with the comments, you know, everybody, you go with the majority of those who are in the comments. You go off of the clips you see that are 5 and 10 seconds long, 60, 30 seconds long, and you don't sit and watch the debates. You don't sit and hear, you know, what's going on, or you don't read the policies that these presidents are pushing, these things that they want to put into play once they come in office. So when you don't do that, you vote wrong.
He hates his country, but he wants to live off the fat of the land. Like the founders of Black Lives Matter, they don't give a damn about black people. They didn't have to spend one dime to help build a black business. But these lesbians, they bought homes in predominantly white neighborhoods. See, they say they hate capitalism, but they love to use us and live off of capitalism.
Fair.
While they spout an anti-God, anti-America rhetoric.
So right.
Black community, they put us in danger. No, not all black people are drug dealers or this or that, but
I like the way, this is what I love, because you know, at first I was like, when I was listening, I was like, oh, she going in, you know. But when she's the fairness in her what she's saying, the fairness in what she's saying, like she's not just saying, oh, white people are the best, Republicans are amazing, they're the best. No, she's telling us, she's spitting facts. Like, black people are not all slow and bummy and drug dealers and gangsters. We know that as minorities. We know that. We understand that. But sometimes when you start speaking against Democrats, or because you're not voting for Kamala Harris or whatever her name is, no shade to her, but because you're not voting for her, or if you saying something that is not what the majority of the people are going with, sometimes people can label you a racist, or you whitewashed, or you forget where you came from, or you being deceived, or and all kinds of crazy things they be thinking in their mind, without them understanding that no, your eyes is just open, that what is really in front of you is not really what it is. Like, these people, like she said, they don't care about us for real, for real. They really don't. And I truly believe Donald Trump has a passion to really get this country in order as much as he possibly can. I know that Donald Trump is a Christian. He is a believer. He does pray to God. And the Lord is actually backing Donald Trump, is the thing about it. Like, I don't want nobody to be my president that the Lord is not backing. And if y'all don't have eyes to see certain things with Kamala Harris, I mean, I'm not hating on my black sister, my black Indian sister, whatever she is. It does not matter. Only thing I'm saying is, you really got to put your glasses on, bro. Like, you really got to open up your spiritual eyes. Ask God to sharpen your discernment. Because it's some stuff that you could see without nobody even having to tell you. Like, it's right there in your face. The first song this lady came out to while she's getting ready to run for president, which back in the day I would have thought it was awesome. I would have been like, oh my gosh, she's so lit. Yes, black woman, da 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 da. Because, you know, I was younger. I didn't really care about the details. You know, I cared about the look of it. And the fact that she came out playing Beyonce, I would have thought that was so lit. Like, oh my gosh, she is so down to earth, and I love this for us and all of that. But nowadays that I see stuff, I'm like, you coming out to her? Absolutely not, ma'am. And my eyes is open. Not even just that, forget the song, but just to see the motives, to see the spirits behind the people. Oh my gosh, it's so much, y'all. And I ain't trying to say too much, but yeah. Listen to what she's saying. She's actually vouching for black people as well, because she's not whitewashed. You know, like people want to say she's not racist. So listen to her, guys.
Be the average black who lives in an area that is high crime. When you talk about defund the police, and we saw the other day in New York. See, they say they hate cap.
And see, y'all, well, it looks like the video cut off or whatever the case may be. But I want to just say, if y'all want me to do a part 2, then I'll do a part 2 to this video. But I just love the fact that this lady, like I said, she's a straight shooter. She's on point. I found this video on this man. His name is Devin Gibson. If y'all want to go to his channel and watch the video, like the video, share the video. Also like this video, share this video with people in your family. Let me know your opinions in the comments. Like, I really genuinely want to know where y'all mind at, like what are y'all thinking. And just to note, let me just say this, I am not going to judge you if you are team Kamala Harris, Democratic Party, and you still rocking with that side. I'm not going to judge you, because like I said, I voted for Barack Obama. I have always voted Democrat, and that's just what I was raised to do, and that's always what I've done. I always was under the notion that being a black person, a black woman, a single mama, or just period, a black woman, a black girl in the hood, you should be a Democrat, because these people are for us. But like I said, I don't think that is I think that's the furthest thing from the truth. That is totally opposite. It may have been that way maybe way back when, but these days, to me, that's not the case. I am a saved woman now, so I'm definitely voting on the side of what is morally correct. Because I'm not trying to live in no Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to get wrapped up in no mess. Glory to God, because of other people mess. But I know one thing about Jesus, he will cover his church and his bride. But this is the thing, when you have family members that are not saved, when you have family members that are not believers and they are in the world and they're your loved ones, you love them irregardless if they love God or surrender to God or not. You don't want to see anything come upon your family. And so when you know how God operates, this is why we got to make sure we vote right, because these people are like getting us closer to the country going into gloom and doom and all kinds of craziness. Donald Trump didn't do everything right, cross every T, dot every I. But one thing I can say, he did try to bring unity, but like I said, the media played a big part in a lot of things for Donald Trump. You just have to have eyes to see it. And so I pray for each and every person that get this video. This video has been long, but it was needed. It was necessary. I love this woman, whoever she is. Kudos to her. And just my hat goes off to my hat. I tilt my hat to her, and I clap my hands to her in Jesus' name, out of all respect, because she's speaking facts. You know, these things have been going on since God knows when, where they try to destroy minority homes, and by taking a black man out the home, destroying us as a, you know, but they'll give the woman every single thing once the man is removed and all of that. You know, that's a demonic agenda. And so, you know, I just thank God for exposing the enemy plans, even with LGBTQ community things that they're pushing, the abortion stuff that they're pushing. Mind you, I've had abortion way back in the day, right? And so I'm against it now because I know it's wrong now. Back then I didn't know. I was 19 years old. I had no idea. But I will say this. They should have never had that as a law in the first place. So now that Donald Trump wants to take it out, because we have become so immune to that and accustomed to that, it's a problem. But if you think about it, it's sick for you to even have an option to kill a baby. That's sick. But we have become so accustomed to these things that we think is okay, and we think that it's a right that we should have to be able to do. Like, no, we shouldn't. No, we shouldn't. I wish I never had that decision. Like, yes, I would have been salty because I would have had to just suck it up and take care of my baby, right? I laid down doing certain things. I would have had to stand up and be a grown woman at a young age, 19 years old, which would have sucked. But hey, I mean, honestly. And then for those women that get raped or take and I don't know if I can say that word on YouTube, but excuse me, but for those women that get taken advantage of and then become pregnant, you know, my heart goes out to them. And I know that I never experienced it, so it's kind of hard to tell somebody like, oh, you know, even if that happens to you, you know, you have to keep the baby. But the baby is not a part of the sin that happened, right? And even though some people may not want to be left with that memory, that's understandable. But we all have to understand, bad things happen to good people, y'all. But we can't condone foolishness. We cannot condone murder. We cannot condone it on no levels. And so we have to ride with God. If you're a child of God, this is your time to open up your eyes to see what is happening, what has become normal to us that should not be normal, what we have got desensitized to, that we just think it's okay and that we should have it going on. We should really think about that. And so I love y'all with the love of the Lord. I pray none of y'all are mad or shocked like, oh my God, I can't believe my pastor likes Donald Trump and she don't want to vote for Kamala Harris. I love Kamala Harris. I thank God that she made it this far. It's a blessing to see it, but I'm not going to play these games just because she's black and all that. It's don't make sense. It's not making sense to me on that side. It's just not. And I'm sorry. I'm not going to just go with the flow because it will make a lot of people happy, but we have to stop being ignorant. We really got to stop being ignorant. And I love y'all. In Jesus' name, pray for me. I pray for you. Bye.